Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Ella. I apologize for the massive space in between posting. I have had a lot going on, and I promise I'm still very much invested into this YouTube channel. It's just been kind of difficult to make videos lately, and I'm gonna kind of get into that. I have okay, I know I always say this. I have several video ideas. Also, I'm so sorry if I'm sweaty. It is so hot in my room. Like, it's almost 90 degrees outside, but the sun comes right through my window, and I have blackout curtains. So it's really hot in my room. Even though my fan's on, I'm still dying. I might have to get up in a second and turn it towards me. But anyway, I apologize for not posting for several weeks. I have many projects I've been trying to work on and wanting to work on, and then also dealing with life stuff, which is going to be the basis of this video. Basically that Lyme disease is ruining my life, and ticks are ruining my life. It's very difficult because I am a hippie at heart. I love nature, I love the earth, I love the planet, I love nature, I love being out in nature, if I could be out in nature and live out with animals and not with people, I would. I would live in the forest and be a fairy if I could. But yeah, so growing up, I've always been obsessed with nature. I've always been a little hippie at heart, a little tree hugger. I would pray to the trees, and I would hug every tree that I saw. I was really connected to this tree in my backyard. I would climb it all the time and just sit up there for hours. I was so connected to this tree, and it's really sad because I think that tree's actually dying. Just my parents built it when they first moved into this house in 2000, and so that tree has been with me my entire life. So it's kind of sad that tree might be dying. But when I was, also, I promise I'm clothed. When I was maybe 11, I was first bit by a tick. It was behind my ear, and it was on me for a few hours before we saw, and it was attached. I actually ripped it off of me because I got freaked out that there was something behind my ear, and I ripped it out, and it was on the floor, and I freaked out and ran upstairs to my dad, and I was like, there is a bug on the back of my ear. And so they went and saw that it was a tick. We didn't think too much of it because my dad has been bit by several ticks. He was a Boy Scout and Eagle Scout, so it wasn't a big deal. And we live in Ohio. There's ticks, there's trees, there's grasses, so I first got bit by a tick when I was 11, or around that age, and my health just tanked. It was bad. I was in children's hospital all the time, going to every single department, trying to find answers as to what was wrong with me. My stomach was a disaster. I was throwing up every night. I couldn't eat anything. I had constant stomach pain, cramps. I was sweating so bad at night. I had really bad heat intolerance. I was gaining a lot of weight really fast. My liver was failing. I almost had to have a liver transplant, and they all were like, she's 11 years old. Why is this happening? I had some issues when I was a baby, but nothing that would pretty much constitute this. And so they were like, we don't know what's wrong with her. We give up, basically. Children's Hospital told my mom she's just gonna have to deal with being fat her whole life, and we don't know what's wrong with her. And my mom was like, thyroid issues run in our family, can you please test her? And they're like, no, we're not gonna do anything until her thyroid is failing. So there I am, 11 years old, being told that to a doctor and basically giving up. My mom did not give up, though. She kept looking for doctors, for functional medicine doctors, for anything and everything that would save us, because my siblings were also sick, and we didn't know why. And we actually realized that there was toxic mold in our house that had been there for probably 10 plus years, that was making us all so sick. And so that was making the issues that we already had a million times worse. But, you know, I still had all these problems, and they did get better because we found a Lyme literate doctor who treated us for Lyme disease and was like, you guys have Lyme disease in a lot of, you know, co-illnesses, and that's probably what is causing a lot of these issues for you guys. And so I will say, when I was younger, I wasn't as afraid of like being outside and like ticks and all that. And I think it's also because my health had improved. I was going to school like normal, you know, my physical health definitely was improving for several years. If anything, my mental health was tanking. I was dealing more with like my mental health and my physical health. And then in middle school, I had another, you know, like burst of my health getting bad again. I was dealing with like POTS issues, everything like that. And we went to the, you know, the doctors that we were going to. They helped us. They got me feeling better, you know, supplements, Lyme regimens, you know, stuff for my thyroid, all that. And then maybe like 2 years ago, me and my friends went on a trip to Lake Cumberland with my mom, and I went in a lake, and when I came out of the lake, there was a tick on my neck. Hi, it's future Ella. I wanted to add really quick that we didn't think the tick got on me from being in the water. We were kind of jumping off these little cliffs, and there was like some grasses by us, and so I think they got on us from there. We also left our swimsuits out on the deck to dry, and there were ticks all over them. So I think that's what had happened, but we didn't realize, like I went into the water, we didn't notice the tick on me, and then I came out of the water and there was a tick on me. So I just wanted to clarify that we didn't think that the tick got on me from being in the water. And so it was attached. My mom freaked out a little bit, understandably, because these things have ruined our lives. And I did get a little bullseye rash after that one. And I think my health just kind of got a little bit worse. It was okay, but it was still, you know, it kind of was suffering a little bit more. And my sister also got bit by a tick, so she was dealing with issues from the tick. It caused a lot. It just basically caused all of our conditions and illnesses that were dormant to reignite, and to what's the right word? Fight in our body? I don't know the right word. But yeah, and then, so these past few months, my health has been really not great. I don't know what's wrong. I'm having a lot of like digestive issues, heart rate issues, like I can't really eat a lot because my stomach hurts. Like I'm struggling. And so I was like, I can't afford to get worse. Like I cannot afford to have my health get worse. And so I was like, I'm kind of afraid to go outside. I don't want another tick on me. It's gonna make everything a lot worse again, and I can't do that. Like I can't, right now with where I am in life with trying to work, to pay bills, and just being an adult, I can't deal with my health getting worse than what it already was. So then, me and my sister went camping with our friends, and everything was fine. We made it through the whole trip. At least I made it through the whole trip without any ticks on me. My sister did have one crawling on her pants, and it freaked her out, understandably. But, you know, we were constantly checking each other, making sure there was no ticks on us, and it's annoying because I have lots of freckles all over my body, and they look like ticks. And so I would be like, you know, freaking myself out and stuff. And, you know, I was like, okay, it's fine. We don't have any on us. We're gonna drive home. We drove home. I was gonna shower. I was looking in the mirror, and there was a tick on my arm. And you can actually see kind of like where it bit. Actually, not really in the camera, but yeah. So I was like, great. And I had a little mental breakdown. I started, you know, treatment for the Lyme disease if it did introduce Lyme and Ehrlichia, which is, it's like a co-illness to Lyme disease, and basically so it was a Lone Star tick that was on me, and I had the big white dot, but and my hold on, sorry, I'm all over the place. And my brother got bit by a Lone Star tick many years ago, and basically Lone Star ticks carry Ehrlichia, or like the Ehrlichia allergy. And so basically, when they bite you, it puts the like proteins or whatever into your blood system and then makes you react to Ehrlichia, which is in red meat. And it causes a red meat allergy. Like my brother, anytime he would eat red meat, his stomach would be destroyed. Like I was traumatized from him because, yeah, it was scary. Just, you know, the digestive issues that would happen with eating red meat, give red meat allergy, was scary. So it was a Lone Star tick that was on me, and I have a lot of health anxiety. I don't want to risk getting worse, and so while that last tick bite definitely shook up a lot of my health issues and made what was going on even worse, I'm afraid to eat red meat because I don't know if I got the Ehrlichia allergy because I couldn't really afford to get the tick tested, so we just kind of were gonna be like safe than sorry, you know, assume that it probably gave me Lyme again because my health got a lot worse. I was really sick after, and oh my god, I promise I'm closed. But so I'm afraid to eat red meat, and me have the allergy, so I'm just kind of not eating red meat right now. I don't like red meat like generally. I just kind of eat it like because I can, but I don't really like it, so it hasn't been that difficult to not eat any red meat. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my fan towards me, I'm hot. But sorry, I have like a million things holding up my iPad so it can be straight. Hold on. Oh my god, I promise I'm closed, guys, I promise. It just looks like I'm naked. I'm not. But, these bracelets are falling off of me. Sorry, I'm getting overstimulated. Okay. But, so basically, yeah, that tick, it made my health stuff a lot worse, and I hate it because ticks have made me so afraid of going outside. So afraid of going outside. Even just like, I don't know. There were so many times that I was like, it's fine, it'll be okay. Like, you know, the chances of a tick getting on me are not high. And then a tick gets on me. And so I feel like I'm too afraid now because I can't get worse. Like I'm barely able to work, I'm barely able to function, I'm barely able to keep up with the things I want to do, like YouTube, and like my hobbies and all of my like dreams and aspirations are really kind of on a back burner right now, which I hate. And it's really sad to say, but like I have to do what I have to do right now, and my priority is my health. But I hate it because, like I said, I was, you know, a little flower child, a little hippie, tree hugger at heart, and I still am. But it's really hard to not go outside when I want to go outside, or run in a flower field, or climb a tree, or, you know, run in grasses, or run in a field. Like, I can't do that. Like, I don't know. Ticks just love me and my sister. They just love my family. We've tried tick spray. We've tried showering ourselves in tick spray. I literally bathed myself in tick spray the last time I got a tick on me. So, I don't know. I'm feeling out of options and like kind of hopeless, even though I don't want to, but I feel like this is one thing that I can't change. And I hate it because all I want to do, especially right now with it being sunny out, is, you know, go hiking or like lay in the grass. But I'm too afraid, and I don't know how to, and everything is so expensive nowadays too. That's the other thing. Everything is so expensive, so I can't afford for my health to get better. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Medications and supplements and treatments and the food that I need are so expensive, and it's hard in this life that we live in right now, and it's hard when I'm desperately wanting to find a job that better suits, you know, my soul and my higher self, and, you know, work towards that. And I have, you know, I started a Ko-Fi shop for, you know, tarot reading commissions, and that's something I really want to work on more. I started making a little like tarot course to sell to people. Like I want to write a book. Like it's difficult because I'm so tired and I just have no energy. I have no energy to do the things I want to do. I barely have energy to do anything after I get off work. I get off work, I come home and I sleep all day. It's frustrating because that's not the kind of person I am and want to be. Like, I like having life inside of me. I like being outside. I love feeling the sun. Like, I worship nature. I worship the planet. I wanted to work in like conservationship or like, you know, forestry, like not cutting down trees, but like, you know, protecting trees and growing trees. Like I wanted to do that. I wanted to be an environmentalist, but I feel like that's kind of impossible to do if I'm afraid to ever go out in nature. It's just very frustrating. It's frustrating and I feel limited. But I know that there's options out there. I just have to find them, or, you know, there's ways to get around my worries and anxieties, because it is a little bit more than just anxiety and fear. Like, it is, I feel like, reasonable for me to not want my health to get even worse, because I did not think I would be able to make it through. I was like, if I get sicker, my body's not going to be able to do it. Like, I feel like my body's barely holding on right now, but it's doing what I need it to do. And so I am very appreciative for my body and for the support that I have in my life. You know, the people supporting me through work, through my passions, through, you know, my health problems, doing anything that I can to help me get better, to help me feel better, more like myself. It's just frustrating because I kind of feel like my body is failing me. I feel like I worked so hard to improve my mental health and get better mentally so that I could have a life, and now I feel like my health problems are limiting me so much that I can't have that life. And it's just frustrating. But like I said, I know that there's things that I can do. Like, I know that there's ways around it. There's, you know, I'm not just gonna give up on loving nature. Like, I know it's just really frustrating, and I hate that ticks exist. I hate that they exist. Do you guys, they have no purpose except to be evil. I'm sorry, me and my family hate ticks. We hate ticks. We hate them. They literally ruined our lives. They're spawn of evil. But I don't know. Also, I think like my thyroid is messed up again. Like I said, I'm not digesting stuff very well, so it's frustrating because I want to thrive. I want to thrive and I want to feel like I'm thriving. But I know that I will get back there one day. I know that I will. It's just frustrating right now. But anyway, I want to kind of circle back to what I said, like the things that I was trying to do. So yes, basically I opened a Ko-Fi shop for tarot reading, like, commissions. I think I just have like a 3-spread one on there, like something simple, but maybe I'll link that. I don't know. It's so scary marketing myself and like putting myself out there with my passions, but at the same time, it makes me feel closer to who I really am. Being in nature, tarot readings, crystals, all that. Like, it's hard being a human. It's really hard being a human because there's also all these things I want to do in my daily life. But it's hard because I'm so tired and don't feel good. Like, I want to meditate more. I want to journal. I want to go for daily walks. I want to do more yoga. Like, it's hard though because, like I said, I come home from work and I'm so tired and I just sleep. But I really, 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 really need to keep up with YouTube and making videos because this is something that I love, and I don't know. I don't want to stop it or just give up. So I just want to say, if, you know, I ever have a massive break in between posting, I promise I will be back. I'm just dealing with things. But anyway, I know this video was kind of all over the place jumble, but I really am grateful if you watched this far and took the time to listen to me and my story. Watch out for ticks out there. Watch out for Lyme disease. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy nature. Maybe go outside today if you can. Go for a walk. Maybe I'll try to do that too. Lead by my own example. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching and for being here. I appreciate all of you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!